Happy Saturday, First Congregational friends. As usual, lots going on this weekend, but first, instead of starting a video with the Bible trivia question, I'm going to promise you a little something extra special at the end. We're going to hear some words from a beloved congregation member talking about why this church is so important to him. Wait till the end. This Sunday, we will be starting a 4-part series called The Faith of Jesus in a Pluralistic World. If you haven't signed up for a small group that will track this series, I invite you to do so right away because they'll be starting next week. But we'll be exploring, most Christians believe that when Jesus says in John 14, I am the way, the truth, and the life, no one comes unto the Father except through me, that means it's either Jesus' way or no way, or the hell way even. But we're going to be exploring that exact statement, and there's also other words of Jesus that will show that would actually be the last interpretation Jesus would put on those words, that in fact, faith in Jesus helps us see God at work in a wide variety of sources and means, including other faiths. Very important message for today, especially given how important it is that the world religions come together and share their gifts to really help increase human resilience in a time where we're under threat. Now, after the service, we will be holding a congregational meeting. That's going to be one of 4 congregational meetings we plan to hold this year. There's nothing to vote on. It's simply informational to help. We're in a period of stewardship, asking you to consider what you'll be giving to the church. We want to show you how the church spends that money. So we have prepared a budget earlier than ever to show exactly where your money's going. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at just how prudently your money is spent and how effectively that money stretches. So come afterwards. It shouldn't be a long meeting. Within 45 minutes, certainly you'll be out for lunch by noon. So, and if you happen to be a member of the family ministries team, they will be meeting after the congregational meeting, and I'll be bringing my pizza oven. We're going to make some pizzas. I've got sourdough pizza dough fermenting in my refrigerator now as I speak, and we'll be cooking some homemade artisanal quality pizzas for our family ministries folks. So I hope you'll show up for that. Now, as to that video I promised, if you've wondered how this church makes a difference in the world, well, consider the words of Derek Swenson.
First Congregational Church is important to me because without it, I don't know if I would still be here, actually. And that's a big statement, so let me try to explain. Growing up, I was always a very athletic person, but my main sport was ice hockey. I grew up in North Dakota, and during the winters, my dad would put plastic down and then flood the yard and put boards up, and me and the neighborhood kids would just play during the evenings for just hours. And even as an adult, and I would be moving from job to job across the country, the first thing I would always do before I even applied anywhere was look up and make sure that I had a hockey rink. And that was always the community that was constant no matter where I lived. When I was 19 years old, I was diagnosed with a serious mental health condition, and that made adulthood very difficult for me, but ice hockey was the main thing that helped me with my mental health, because I would be able to get all the stress out. I had a community, there were people there, and that worked for me for a long time until I started getting into my 30s, and what happened is I started getting injured, like a lot of athletes around that age. And, I got to the point where those injuries were serious enough that I started to have to take time away from hockey. But what happened is, due to a series of unfortunate circumstances, including interactions with the medication I was taking for my mental health and, some medical treatments that didn't work out well, the pain never went away. And eventually I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and now I have permanent chronic pain. And, among many things that needed to change in my life, that meant that I wasn't going to be able to play hockey again. And the thing that's fortunate is that my wife and I had already been attending First Congregational Church. We weren't new to this community, but my focus had always been the hockey rink. I was a rink rat that would spend 5 days a week there if I could. But once hockey went away, I lost my community. And as time progressed and I realized I'd never play again, my focus and attention shifted more and more to this church. And friendships that were already there went deeper. I participated more in different small groups and activities and met new other people and joined other groups. And basically, this church gave me the community that I needed in order to deal with both a serious mental health condition and now permanent chronic pain and a serious physical health condition, both of which are invisible. But what has helped me a lot is being able to come to this place and talk to people and share my story and build social connections, deepen my spiritual relationship. And so if you ask me the question, how much does this church mean to me? The answer is a lot.